Welcome back to Pure Rock Crawling, and not only does this game still exist, but it's still getting updates. That's insane to me. It just, as I'm recording this video, it just got another update that completely reworks the suspension physics model and actually dials in individual unique suspension movements depending on what suspension setup you are running. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a vehicle and a map selection together. We're going to go for a drive. We're going to see if we can see these suspension model changes in real time, see what they actually look like, and see how they affect the experience. So if that's something you are interested in watching, make sure you stick around for the rest of the video. So let's go ahead and jump into a map right out of the gate. And I think what we're probably going to do is jump right into Red Rock Valley, because that's the one that's got the most up-to-date sort of interface, and there's a lot more things to do out here. So let's see. This thing's a little bit louder than I remember. All right, I think we're gonna start, we'll start over, well, I was gonna go left, but you know what? I'll go right. I went left last time. All right, easy. Now, let's have a look at the suspension specifically. Now, we're gonna go for, whoa, hold on. We're not into anything super flexy yet, so I doubt you're gonna see anything particularly groundbreaking until we get into some really flexy stuff. But let's see. We need to actually, there we go, low range engaged. Oh, hold on. There we go. Now, I need to actually figure out what the key... Oh, I forgot there was a jump key. Oh, do you have a limited amount of jumps? Apparently you do. I need to figure out what the actual key is for the lockers, because I don't know which one it is. And, oh, no, that's... Okay, you know what? We're gonna actually... Hold on. If you could... Oh my god, if you could, like, not... What did I push? What did I push? Oh my god, what did I push? Okay, we're gonna try using the controller then, because that's probably where we're gonna get the best results. Low range off, low range on. There we go. Diff lock on and off. You know what? We're gonna stick with the controller from here. That suspension doesn't look too bad. Actually, that's moving really, really smoothly. It's been a while since I've played this game, so it's hard to compare whether or not it's smoother than before, but I could definitely tell you that looking at it right now, the way it actually moves and actuates looks really, really good. The hand movements of the driver are a little wacky when you're using a controller because, well, if you move the stick a little bit faster than the game wants you to move the stick, it's, let's just say the hand motions go a little wacky. All right, let's back it up. I set the... Oh, there we go. Huh, that was weird. I guess you have to double tap. Yeah, you do. Okay, you have to double tap to get reverse. Up you go. It definitely has more of a realistic feel in terms of the way it, like I said before, the way it compresses and rebounds. But what I'm also feeling is it feels like it's not quite as, I don't know, it had this weird feeling before being almost tied to the ground, and it doesn't really have much of that anymore. Probably shouldn't be in low for all of that. Like, we can just cruise this in high, drop down off this rock face real quick. It doesn't seem to get all that tricky again until a little bit further down. So we'll just stick with this for now and see how it feels. Just rolling through in low. We're about half throttle right now. Let's have another look at that suspension as we go through here. The movement looks more natural. That's another thing that I'm really noticing, is that the movement looks very natural, especially in, at least in comparison to what I remember from before. Both looking at the front and the rear, it feels very natural in the way everything just kind of has a natural amount of weight to it, or at least it really appears to have a natural amount of weight to it. I don't know how much of that is like you know, like the movement of the body and how much of that is the movement of the suspension. But from looking at what I'm like seeing as far as what the suspension is doing, it definitely feels like it's got a more realistic flavor than it had before. Easy. You see what I mean? When it lumbers through the terrain, it actually does feel like it's kind of lumbering around rather than feeling like it's, you know, always sort of stiff. Now, you know what? We could go that way, but we could also take the fun line. Let's take the fun line and see if this thing can make it. Oh, full crawl mode. Let's go. Look at that, especially in the front end. I want to watch that again, but I want to watch that from like directly in front almost the whole time. Let's look at the suspension, specifically the springs. Oh yeah. Look at the way they expand and contract, especially when the axle twists. That looks really, really, really good. Okay, that is where I can really see some of the improvements for sure. That was amazing. Oh! We almost rolled it, but we saved it! Dude, that was sick! That was amazing. Oh, I'm all about that. And you know what I love about this game, and what I always have loved about this game, is moments like that feel very real. Like, moments like that feel like you're actually having a, you know, a gnarly situation happen in the real world. All right, let's bring ourselves back down onto the road and see if we can find some other alternate lines and stuff that we haven't tried before, and also areas where we can continue to focus on how that suspension responds and how it looks while we're going through the terrain. So let's cruise on over to the other side, and right off the bat, we have some interesting trails. We've done this one before, obviously, but let's see how the suspension responds if we just kind of like barrel into things and barrel into the terrain. Oh, come on! We're giving it, obviously, more throttle than we should and more speed than we should. And I just, like I said before, I want to see how the suspension reacts to being driven like an absolute, like, Hammond. Come on! I love how it doesn't let me barrel into things. All right, I'm going to try a makeshift jump and see how that, like, reacts. Wow! Like, it bottoms out, but it doesn't bottom out so badly that, like, you bounce or have a weird rebound. It actually soaked that up really well. Let's come off of this obstacle really slowly now and take another look at the suspension. That's so realistic looking. That actually, in my opinion, God, that works extremely well. Let's see if we can create our own hard line here. Because you can see some of the scrape marks from where people have been up this way before, or at least allegedly. Started getting into a little bit of a bounce there. That's what you don't want to have happen. Ooh, balance it. Oh, no! Well, that went well. Come on. Flip me over. No! Oh, no, we almost did it! Come on! And there it is. So if you just turn the wheel and keep it floored for long enough, you will turn yourself around. It'll just take a second or two. Let's try this one more time, because, like, I think we can do it. We just gotta actually put a good line together. I gotta try to walk it over to the right, which is very hard. Oh, no! Okay, maybe not that hard of a hard line. Let's back up this way a little bit and see if we can climb it over here. I'm determined to get this now. I know this is, like, stupidly steep, but I still am not gonna give up. Oh, yeah, see, we can do it if we go this way. Ooh, not if we do it that way, though. We're still fine. It's fine. Don't worry about us. We're good. All right, here we go. Yep. Okay, now, keep it together. Caught on my bumper. Okay, that's not keeping it together. Okay, all right. And sent! Not bad! Can we keep this momentum going? This is really steep. It's very undercut. I don't know if we can climb that. Ooh, easy. Oh, dude! I can't believe we made that. That's very impressive. I can't believe we made it up that. I really can't. That's probably the gnarliest obstacle I've ever done in this game. But if y'all enjoyed this video in pure rock crawling, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed.